Hey, this is Wolfran, and the question I've got for you is: are you sick of dying in the Gulag? Season 4 brought a bit of a change to the Gulag. As each of the seasons has done, it's introduced these semi auto weapons and sniper rifles, as well as a few other unusual things, making it, I think, a harder Gulag. It was much easier with the automatic assault rifle as the SMGs in the previous season. So you've got to change your tactics for this bit in order to win more. I'm going to take you through some of my tips and tricks to do that. But before I do that, I'm going to ask you, give me a subscribe, give me a like, leave a comment as to what you think your best tactics are for getting through the Gulag. After a bit of experience here, I've developed a couple of things that I do, and now I get a pretty good success rate in the Gulag. Not 100%, never can be, but the whole point is putting yourself in a good situation. So what I'm going to do in this video is take you through the different weapons and slightly different playstyles I have for each of them in order to get through the Gulag and try and get you go on and get the win, or at least a high place, which is the thing I aim for. Now, the weapon groupings really are the semi-auto rifles, so that's the EBR, the SKS, and the FAL. The MK2 carbine is sort of in between. The Kar 98 is more like amongst the snipers, but it's pretty quick. And so I'm just going to show you how to use all those different weapons and take you through each of them. The first thing I do in pretty much all my strategies is I full send in this Gulag. A lot of people sit at the back and they try and control from their spawn down the lines of sight. In this particular map, this corner is absolutely fantastic. You'll see it in multiple clips that I use, that I get straight into this corner. If you do it straight away, people generally don't hear your footsteps and they don't know where you are. The MK2 carbine, relatively straightforward weapon, one shot kill to the head. He's going to have a slow second shot if you're going to use a second shot, but you can do it. I wouldn't recommend no scoping like that, but sometimes you've got to. The EBR, now I'm going to talk through a couple of these clips. The EBR, just spam the fire once you're onto them. You've got to try and control the recoil. Don't do it slowly. You've got to try and spam your fire at the enemy, and you can do a pretty good job. So as you see in that one, actually it was a grenade, and that's the other tip I've really got for you. Don't forget to use your tactical weapons and your lethal weapons. But there you can see I full send. You generally will take people by complete surprise because you're pushing right into their spawn as quickly as possible. You've got to try and control it. Now the FAL, even better than the EBR, I find is completely overpowered in Warzone. It's fantastic in multiplayer now. You just need to get yourself close and you can spam it at someone and take him down. It's a one-shot headshot with a FAL. In that particular one, I could hear his footsteps. You've got to listen for the audio. But this first rush is so important. Don't delay. You've got to get across there whilst there's the noise of the Gulag. It helps mask what's happening. If you don't see him straight away, I use a tactical to figure out they're probably not to my left or my right. He's obviously gone back and forth along the spawn, not seen me, and he's pushed forward late. That tactic doesn't work in my view. As you can see, each of the time I can push right up, top 2/3. Even if someone's pushed forward slightly, you take them by surprise. And as soon as you take them by surprise, you have the advantage in this Gulag. And so I'm pushing forward, constantly pushing forward into this. I don't quite push into the spawn. I'll go to the first top 2/3 and control from there. Then you can, if someone is aggressive and pushes past, you can chase them down from behind. If they aggressively push into you, you can just take them in. It might turn into a 50-50 gunfight, to be frank. But as you can see here, this person pushed, but they weren't paying attention. And that's the other thing you've got to do. You've got to pay attention. Listen to the sound, listen to where the rocks are going, and try and see where the person is. This particular map, I'll always try and control that left or right hand corner looking into the middle, because generally I'll find people will try and look into the middle. Here we had the person do pretty much the same thing, caught them, that's a headshot, that took them down. Now the Dragunov is my least favourite weapon. I can't stand it in this Gulag at all. I don't win with this Dragunov. Whenever I get it, I'm going to face facts. The other tactic you can use is jump on the flag. Because people sit in their spawns so deep, they don't realise that actually capturing the flag is really fast. And as soon as they've realised it, and by the time they're moving to it, you can have captured it. It doesn't always work, but it is a tactic I use, particularly if I'm not entirely sure where the person is, and that's where control of the top 2/3 is so important. Here again, pushed up, waiting to see what happens. Round he comes. I am no good with the sniper rifles. I promise you that now. I can win my gulags with the snipers, but here it's a melee fight around the flag. The important thing to remember with the weapons is if you're going to get into melee, don't switch to your fists. Fists take 4 hits to kill someone, whereas a melee with the weapon takes 2, and you can go faster than the fists. And so if you're using the sniper, full send right up into their face, because they're going to try and control the lanes, aiming down sight, and by the time you're there, you can properly get right on top of them. Kar 98 is sort of a hybrid between the two. It is single shot, but you are a bit quick on the reload. This one, don't forget to use the knife. It's really important. That throwing knife is a one shot kill effectively, and you can just throw it. It's quicker than reloading. You sometimes miss, and then you've got to face facts there. But as you can see, again, with the semi-autos, with the single shots, the bolt actions, I am pushing right up. The one thing I do, I stop tactical sprinting at about halfway, just like that last clip, so that I can aim down sight quicker. But if someone is aggressively pushing, that's the one time you actually want to hold back that sort of split second. Here, I've shown you this, because I'm pretty sure that guy was going to do the pretending to be AFK. The reason I know that is he switched his weapon from the sniper rifle to fists, so he was definitely in at the start of the gulag. He might have gone AFK a bit after the start, but it might have been that trick whereby they bait you in for an execution and then try and finish you off. So that's why I shot him. Here's prime example with a sniper just run up and melee people. They're not expecting it because they're trying to get a shot off. Now you can get shots off, but here again, as soon as I miss the shot, I'm right into their face, melee them. That's the way I do it with the snipers, because I find I'm not very good at quick scoping with it, so that works for me. Crossbow, slightly different beast. The reload time really affects you here. Miss your shot, and then and if you keep on moving around, you'll find you don't reload, and that's a huge problem. So often you got to try and bait people and try and get them to miss their shots. If they're really good, they're going to get you, and that's when you take your opportunity. Here we've got the HDR. Again, a really difficult weapon to use, I find, in the Gulag. In that particular case, it's one shot, no scope, and I've managed no scope several times in the Gulags with the HDR, although it has got terrible hip fire. Fists and knife is really frustrating. Don't forget to use a stun. As you can see, it's vital here. I get right in behind. Should have really executed him, but it's 4 punches. Doesn't matter which ones you use. They're all the same time. They're all the same speed. It's 4 punches to kill an opponent with punching. The knife is a good option if you can get it to hit, but really what you're focusing here in this one is to hit someone with a stun in order to finish him off. And the key really is try and get your first punch in before the other player, so that you effectively finish first. I'm not a big fan of the fists at all. I find it surprisingly difficult. Again, here, this one, completely oblivious to me. I'm right behind him, so I just knife him. Again, we're looking at the crossbow. I quite like it. It is a bit of a stranger weapon compared to the others. You got to be pretty. I'm aggressive with it because it takes people by surprise. You see, he was tactically sprinting to me, so he's never going to get ADS in time. And if he got too close, if I missed that shot, I would have been straight into the melee hits, not tried to reload, not tried to back off. This one, I don't know how I got around behind them. They obviously just didn't see me. Again, I throw my tacticals, I throw my lethal as much as a distraction and an attempt to get people. Snapshots are really good. But again, if you're sitting back and using the snapshot, then this being really aggressive, you'll find gets people. So, I mean, this is really my tips for winning the Gulag. As I said, it massively improved my rate of success by pushing in as aggressively as I can and trying to control those 2/3 right from the start. There's no hesitation, straight in there, and then deal with it from there. Sometimes you'll engage people, sometimes you won't. Anyway, check out my other videos. Leave me a sub, leave me a like, leave me some comments as to what you think. I hope this was helpful. Thanks a lot.